Welcome to the Let Bob Podcast. It's your boy Ant. Today Dave's not with us. I got two special guests. We straight out of DTRL with the podcast today, so it's gonna be exciting. I got my boy DJ Quick Silva here with us.
How you doing, sir?
Got my boy Shawn Caesar here with us.
Up there, young fella.
Sean's the VP of Marketing here at DTRL. Quick is just a man of all areas, man.
I normally just wash the windows here, but I'll do a little. Getting there. You're coming working your way up.
Working his way up. Nah, man, as y'all know, we like to bring Black excellence to the forefront, show you how we do when we do what we do. And Quick is like doing his thing in so many lanes. He got to start in DJing here. Mm-hmm. And so kind of tell us, how did you get started with DJing? Like what made you even want to do that?
Short story is Beach Street. Watched the movie Beach Street when I was 10 years old. The character, I fell in love with the character. I didn't know what a DJ was. But I remember telling my dad I wanted to turntables for Christmas.
Okay.
I got the turntables for Christmas, and literally from that day until present, I've been DJing every single day.
That's what's up.
But as far as the business end of DJing, 100% goes to Shawn Caesar.
Oh.
I do nothing about business.
Even down to the, I always think it's an interesting story about the time frame when you went through and had to come get you. Be like, no, you are a DJ. So,
absolutely.
Tell that part, please.
I gave up DJing, so like
any kid, but it's frustrating.
My life got, I got a long story, but my life got just real. I lost my mom, I lost my dad, I was in the streets, I got shot. So right around when I was around 18, I just graduated from high school. By that time, I become like a popular DJ in Baltimore at the time, doing all the clubs, and I just started like doing radio at the time. But like within months of my dad passing, that was who got me in the business. That was my rock. Everything shut down. Everything, all the clubs shut down. Everything shut down. I remember my grandmother kept saying to me, because you gotta think she's old school. I come from a really school background. Well, my grandma was a principal, all my aunts and uncles are teachers. Everybody has college degrees. I'm the one person in my family who didn't go to college at all. So they all were always looking at me like, well, Quick, you need something to fall back on, because what if this doesn't work? DJ is not a real job. It's a hobby, So I kept hearing that, and then like clockwork, I lost everything. So I remember coming back to Shawn, like, Shawn, you know what? I got to listen to my grandma. I don't think DJing is real. I'm going to go out and get a job. I'm going to go back to school. And I decided to go to RETS, which stands for Radio Electronic Television School. I thought it was like for radio broadcasting. It was teaching you to be an electrician. I was like, you know what, Shawn? I was like, Shawn, you know what? So once I found out what it was, I'm still trying to go to school. I'm thugging it out. I'm frustrated. I'm lost. So I remember one day I come to see Shawn, and I look miserable. I look bad. I ain't shaved. I just look horrible. And Shawn said, what are you doing, Quick? I said, I'm just gonna be an electrician. He said, you're a DJ. Like that's what you are.
That's
like
what we do, yo.
Get back in the game, get your head focused, and get back. Like, let's go. Yeah. And from that moment on,
we grabbed him out of school. Like, come on, y'all.
Stopped going to school that day.
I hate to say he stopped going to school, but that wasn't.
Well, I took a semester off. That was back in 1998. I ain't been back since. But I took a semester off. So technically, I'm still a student.
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm just a semester off.
Yeah, you got to finish.
But that's my story, man. I got into the business, and I wanted to just be the most popular DJ in Baltimore. That was my only goal. But then meeting Shawn and linking up, I met Shawn in 1994, 95. Yeah. And I was a young kid bugging him. So at the time, I'll let him tell this story, but at the time, Shawn Caesar was the big DJ.
Oh, okay.
You probably can't tell it now because he's so corporate. But Shawn was like the big DJ in Baltimore. So I want you to just imagine this 15-year-old kid, and at this time he's a grown man. He has his own record store.
I mean, he's kid, and he's small stature too.
Right. I'm short now, but I was even shorter. So imagine this 15-year-old kid going to the biggest DJ in town at his record store. He has all the clubs. He's the man putting out the club music. So I'm DJing in the club, and the big DJ at the time, like, yo, you got, in order to get new music, you got to go see Shawn Caesar. I'm like, DJ? He's like, he got a record store on Howard Street. Go see him. And this is how I approach Shawn. And mind you, I'm a 15-year-old kid.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm a street dude. Okay. I walk up to Shawn. You Shawn Caesar? He like, I said, yo, I need to get them records, man.
That's what's up.
He's like, what? them records, them new ones. I need it. Everybody said, "Come see you." I'm Quick Silva. You need to give them to me.
That's good.
Next the line, please.
I literally told him, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, I remember telling him, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't got no record.
So I go back to the club the following week, and I'm talking to the DJ like, "Yo, you sure it's Shawn? Because I wanted to see him." And he said, "He don't know what I'm talking about." He's like, "Yo, it's him. Like, how'd you approach him?" I said, I'm Quick Silva. I need to get there. He said, "No, you can't go to him like that. He's some humble pie. Quick, like, ask him, 'Hi, sir.'" So I just kept bugging him and bugging him and bugging him. And he never gave me the records, by the way. So then, after about a month of me being consistent, that's what my principles to this day are: hard work, dedication, and consistency.
Yes.
I kept on bugging Shawn. Every week I'm going to show up and ask you, and you're going to eventually break in and just get tired of me.
Persistent.
He never got tired of me because I kept coming back. But then I said, "You know what, Shawn? You know what? How about you come see me play? Since you keep on carrying me, come see me play. I'm doing a party at the YWCA, a block away from here this Saturday. If you get a chance, stop by."
So he's right at the, I'll pick it up from there, right? So the YWCA, I ain't drive back there either because I walked home. Everything was right downtown.
Yeah.
So luckily, the YWCA was literally walking on the way home. So I was like, all right, let me stop it. I'm gonna do this kid a little favor, because this kid
get off my nerves.
Let me go see So we go up there. I open the door, and it's like 2,000 kids.
Wow.
Right. His little behind on crates because he couldn't reach, rocking the party.
That's what I'm talking about.
Literally, right? In my mind, I came in at the right time. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh, my bad, Joe. My bad.
Come see me Monday.
Yeah, I see you Monday. You coming down, right?
but then he took it a step further. This is the business side. He was like, "You know what? Forget about getting that kid records. I need to sign this kid."
Wow.
So once again, I wasn't old enough to sign a contract. So he comes back. I'll come back that Monday. Like, "Man, hit all the records you want." That's it. Like, and by the way, I'm starting this thing called Unruly Tape Masters. Do you have any mixtapes? I said, yeah. He said, how about I actually show you how to get in the business? I can get your tapes in stores. So he's selling me now.
Yeah.
He is straight salesman mode. I'm going to get you in the store. I'm going to get you clubs. I'm going to get you in the Kmart. I'm going to do a school tour. I'm like, oh, God, this sounds good. So I go to my dad. I said, "Dad, Shawn Caesar wants to sign me." So at this time, when you think of record deals, like, "Oh, he's gonna try to take all your money." Nah. But then we end up meeting. We signed a contract. Me and my dad had to sign the contract, and I've been signed to Unruly really ever since.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's a beautiful example of how we should move as a people in the first place, right? I think sometimes we confuse success with you doing everything by yourself.
Absolutely.
But you always have to have, somebody guiding you.
Great together. Like I told him, you're great by yourself. I'm great by myself. Together, we are bananas.
That's beautiful. So something interesting I read about you. You have a street named after you, man?
And that just happened, man, which is still, I can't even put it into words like how I felt. Because I always say with awards and accolades, if you don't work as hard that year, you lose it to somebody else.
Oh.
So it's like if you get a Grammy or Oscar, the next year, if I have more movies or a better album, now it's my year, right?
Yes.
But with the street name, that's for life. That's there forever. So and it happened on my birthday. Shout out to the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott. I grew up on Shady Side Road in East Baltimore. And prior to that, if you know anything about Washington, D.C., we have what's called the Wall of Fame, which is at Ben's Chili Bowl. So they have all the people that's made it, from the mayors to the Wales. Like if you're a big person and you make it, Hollywood has the Walk of Fame, DC has the Wall of Fame. Maybe a few months prior, I made it to the Wall of Fame in DC. They put me right next to Barack Obama.
Oh, man. That's what's up.
Barack, my neighbor. We next to each other.
That's good.
So everybody knows he's
right next to Barack Obama. It's probably my bio right there. Quick Silva, sitting next to Barack Obama. So right when I make the Wall of Fame, Brandon Scott, who's the mayor, called me like, "Congratulations, you earned it. Right now in DC trying to adopt you and take you from Baltimore, you ours." And he said, "But I got something planned." So a few months later, he's like, "You know what? On your birthday, I'm going to rename where you grew up, Quick Silva."
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And that, man,
I'm gonna tell you, but let me jump real quick.
It bugged me out.
The thing about that, especially, like that typically doesn't happen to kids that are alive.
Correct.
Right? And that's
not kids, people.
People. You know what I mean? In general. And so that for me and for us was one of them big moments where it was like, this doesn't happen while we're here. Typically, enjoy this while we can.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That was a big deal.
No, I can see that. I would like to know, just from your perspective, because much like you, I have a mentor too. It's my uncle. But I never just really asked him, how does it feel to see the growth of someone you're guiding?
Like I tell him, I can't even really speak
Start crying
all the time. Right? I do.
And the tears in 3.
But so in the microcosm, that's how it makes me feel. Like it's so overwhelmingly joyous for me to see him do this, because you always want him to be better than me. Like I was the dude, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I did wrong, And the other thing, he listened, and we still here together.
Yes.
He saw my mistakes, saw what I did, listened to, and he, I'm not gonna take anything. He worked harder than everybody, including me. So
no, that's what's up. So at Bob, the 4 pillars we stand on is finance, education, community, and ownership. Right. And so quite naturally, you guys align with that, everything you're saying and doing. And we believe if you got the proper education around your financial ability and you're working with the community, ownership gonna happen for you. Right. And with ownership, we can make change. So that's what Bob is about, like getting the community to just getting this ownership mentality. So with our app, our robo-advisor, Let Bob, in the App Store, it's about taking the barriers away from participating in the stock market. Traditionally, you have to know how to trade. You have to know how to buy and sell. You got to have time for it. But with technology nowadays, man, you can do some things. And so we use our AI, our artificial intelligence, to help people get invested by letting the AI pick the stocks and then do the buying and selling for you. So all you need is money to get in the game. That's a straight game changer.
That is a game changer. And one of your other pillars, I thought, especially for me and Quick, is that education piece when it comes to finances. We come from where we come from, right? Put your money in the shoebox.
Nobody tell you.
There's no financial advisors.
They don't.
Everything I've learned in finances has come from us in trial and error.
Yeah.
Like we tried something, it didn't work. We hustled, we got it back.
Yeah.
We don't know. I'm not embarrassed to say this on camera. I literally just got my first credit card like the last year and a half. I never, because in my mind, I remember hearing Jay-Z rap saying, "What's better than being a billionaire? Credit." When he said that, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, that's dumb. I want to be a billionaire. The hell with credit.
It's that original knowledge of, I
ain't spend nobody else's money, and now they got a cloud over my
people.
head. I didn't know anything about business credit. I didn't know anything about personal credit. I knew nothing about having a good credit score. Nothing. Because I always had money.
Yeah.
So like, once I got cash,
just pay.
I gotta borrow nobody money or I owe you. So, but I had no idea that the wealthy people don't use their own money.
Correct.
I didn't know that.
It's not something that's taught to us. And to your point, when I was growing up, my grandfather, man, like you talking about work, man, this dude raised 9 kids, had a wife, and himself off no more than $11 an hour in his whole career, working career. You know what I mean? And so the way he did was the same. He make money, put it in the bank or put it on the mattress or, not let it work for him. And so he's teaching all of us that, right? And fortunately, I got exposed and learned that, to your point, credit is how you expand.
I mean, I know that now, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either, right? And so in learning it, and for us now, we understand if you don't know it, it limits your capacity to, create networks and resources.
Limits everything.
Right? Yeah. And so as a brand, we're about bringing people like yourself on the show, letting people hear it outside of us. Like I can say it, but giving real examples of what you can do with persistence and consistency, how you can take your brand and make it a business. Everything is business at the end of the day.
What credit is, it gives you leverage.
Yes.
And that's what, like, just from talking to my accountant and my financial advisor, like, once they started explaining to me what credit is and why I should get a credit card, because they've been telling me this, but I'm like, hell no, man. I'm not. Y'all say I'm dumb. I got money in the bank. I'm going to buy my car with cash, man.
Nah, man.
Financing. No. He will tell you.
I'm still like that. It's still, like, we're not too far removed.
This is how bad it is. Like, and I'm not saying this in the bragging way at all. I literally used to buy car cash every year, once a year, for like 15 years straight.
And I hate to say it, I still do that.
Nah, man.
Like,
Look,
right,
off,
that's
look,
like-
look, off the air, man. We gotta have a talk. I gotta get y'all together. Like,
I'm better than that.
okay.
But like-
we can't be doing that.
So all those things, like I said, everything I'm doing now, I'm glad that financially both of us are in a good space. Like we it took us a long time to financially get to a space where we're not wealthy, but we're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And now I always say, in order to go from comfortable to wealthy or rich, whatever you want to call it, you have to learn the business.
Yes.
The business
This one
of
thing
money,
that he
of
told me, the
finance.
business of money, and he told me this a long time ago. He said, "You realize the music business, Quick, is 10% music, 90% business."
That's every business.
And that's every business.
business,
business,
right?
Until you
Every
learn the business, I don't care how
Yeah.
good of a DJ you. There's plenty of good DJs and
Yeah.
podcasts, anything. But if you don't know the business, you're going to go but so far. And that's one thing that I pride myself on, and give Shawn a lot of credit, is forcing me to learn the business.
Yeah. Our last guest, LaRon Rogers, he's a business attorney. We were talking about that. He was talking about how he encourages his clients to approach the entertainment and sports industry as a business.
Absolutely.
Like that's the first discussion he's having with them. Yeah, you were playing sports today, but what's your business plan?
Yep.
How do we take you and create a brand and a business that stands
around it.
long past when you're gone, right?
NFL
And that-
stands for not for long.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But topics and discussions like this, I think using channels like the internet and podcasts, I think we're gonna see a shift in our culture's mentality. You're kind of already seeing it. You're seeing more
Yeah, you see,
ownership.
it's out there
mindsets.
more.
Yeah.
It's not a negative connotation. It's like, people wanting to get the knowledge now
Yeah.
more than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And I think it's just up to people to, it's out there now. Like you said, with technology, it's out there.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Shawn. Working as a VP at DTRL, do you take some of the business practices that they use here and leverage them?
Absolutely.
in your own
Once you
journeys?
start realizing like everything's kind of a business, you said that.
Yeah.
Like, literally everything's kind of a business, and you want to kind of cherry pick some of those good things that apply.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a meeting. It's going to be on the season at the crib where we talked about the family as a business. You're not a
Yes.
business. Don't take that in the wrong. But when you view it as a business, you can move differently. You
Yes.
operate differently.
You can get calendars and schedules.
Schedules, right?
Literally talking about this on the TV show. Like,
Yeah.
we got to schedule our lives, because whenever someone sees the Silvers with me and my wife Ashley, they'll say, "How do y'all balance it all? Being wife, husband, business owners, kids, every."
Yeah.
I got 10 businesses. She has 10. So she's like, and I said to Ashley, we have to start treating our family how we treat the business.
Yes.
Because if not, the
You'll
business
get
will
lost.
flourish, but the family's going to suffer.
Exactly.
You'll get
And,
lost.
and that's what people just didn't get. And when we first said it sounds bad, like, so now I got to schedule a date night. Unfortunately,
Almost,
you do.
yeah. You
Yeah.
And it sounds
you-
bad,
Yeah.
but if not, the date
Nah.
night not going to happen. So I'm going to get booked. So I got to like block it out.
So yeah, if it's
Don't book me for 8 o'clock on Thursday because I'm taking wife from the
Hey,
day.
quick! I gotta troll my wife with that. She wanted to go somewhere. I was like, "Yeah, give her my assistant." She's like, "Huh? What assistant?"
that sounds crazy.
My wife,
But
my
that's
wife-
true,
my
though.
wife
That's
wanted
real.
to surprise me for my birthday, take me on a vacation, and she had to call Shawn and
Make
not
sure
ask
it's clear.
permission, but like,
Yeah.
is it okay?
That's all.
And I'm like, baby, I know it sounds bad,
But please,
but,
that
but
was
if not, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna show up on the plane.
right.
Or
if I got
if
something
not-
to do, I'm a
And if it wasn't like that, then we couldn't go on a vacation.
Hello.
stop. That's all. No, let's keep.
Ding, 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 ding.
Nah, man. But again, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for coming on.
I appreciate you, man. Keep
We
up.
want to do more to help support this. I think what you're doing and providing, like we want the world needs to know. Like we're older and finding out. We
And
found
you
out
look
late.
and sound like us. I always say a lot of times it's not the message, it's the messenger.
Oh man.
So a lot of times when I go into like these schools and I'm talking to, like, I do career days all the time and inspirational speaking, and a lot of times when I come into the building, it's a bunch of dignitaries there in their suit and tie, and
Yes.
they're talking about how prestige they went to the Ivy League college. And yes, and none of the kids are listening. They're like,
Right.
and then I walk in looking like I look regular
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I don't change for the climate. You change for
Right.
me.
There you
So
go.
I would walk in and within 3 seconds I have their attention because I'm talking like them. I'm not talking to them or
Yeah.
at them.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of times when you're talking financial literacy, it has to come from someone that looks and
like
sounds
you.
like me. It's not
Yeah.
not just a race thing, But you have to be
It's
about
that
the
comfortability and they trust.
It's like HBCU, right? I'm a FAMU grad, the best HBCU ever, by the way.
Howard University.
But Howard's, Howard's right there. And Morgan's right over there. So.
But being in that environment was different because it was biased. Because the people who are teaching and around you look like you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can just digest something much easier, to your point, when the person who's delivering the message looks like you, but the message can be curated better because the person who looks like you understands what you're dealing with.
Yep, and they understand how to talk with you.
Yes, yes. But that's a whole nother podcast for a whole nother day.
Down for it, though.
Nah, man, we definitely want to do more work with you guys. Whatever God has in store for it, we tell people all the time, Bob is God's plan. I'm just the messenger,
the vessel.
And the vessel of it. But this is all God's plan. So whatever we need to do to keep things rolling, we all for that.
But we will gonna get with that tool that you have.
Oh yeah,
we can do.
Yeah. No, y'all like it. Hey, Bob, that's a cool thing about AI. It meets you where you are. It's not a threshold you have to surpass or anything like that. Our ETF is on the stock exchange. Let be. Y'all want to look it up. We have 26 million under management that the same technology is trading. Yeah, so it's strong and it's doing well. So opportunity is there. No, but thank y'all for coming on. You want to give your socials so people find you?
I'm at DJ Quick Silva on everything. I'm easy to find, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, if you're looking for me, hit him.
Okay, I like that. I like Shawn.
DJ Quick Silva. There's a link in my bio that says for bookings, hit Shawn. Plus the link, it goes right to his email.
That's cool. Well, y'all know you can find us at We Are Let Bob, all social media. You can find me personally. I am Let Bob. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, please go download the Robo Advisor in both app stores. That's Let Space Bob, Let Space BOB, Black owned business. You know how we do it.
Love it.
We out.
Appreciate it.